BRANE Show's here, hear it now. Truth rings loud, truth rings loud. Red, white, blue, standing proud. We the people, unbowed, unbound. BRANE Show's live every week. Hear us speak, hear us speak. Bold and free, no retreat. We the people, never weak. We the people. Beat drops hard, old school values, battle scarred. Truth so sharp, cut through fraud. No soft talk, we speak to God. Straight line fact. Take your seat, lock it in. Mind awake, let it spin. Heart and soul, bone and skin. Truth hits deep, right within. Brian, Shane, John and Sink. Iron will, freedom think. By the people, for the link. Of the people, on the brink. From wide plains to city streets. Courage lives, where heartbeat beats. Stand your ground, no defeat. Silence dies when we speak. Speak stars and stripes. Hold the line, liberty flame, still divine. Storms may come, storms may climb. We endure time after time. Raise your voice, let it ring. Hear freedom sing. Freedom sing. Hope stands tall, everything American way, let freedom bring. Raise your voice, let it ring. Hear freedom sing. Freedom sing. We the people, everything. Let freedom reign. Let freedom reign. Let freedom reign.
Bars and stripes hold the line. Liberty's flame still divine. Storms may come, storms may climb. We endure time after time.
Raise your voice, let it ring. Y'all hear freedom sing, freedom sing. Hope stands tall, everything American way, let freedom bring. Yeah, raise your voice, yeah, let it ring. Yeah, hear freedom sing, freedom sing. We the people, everything. Yeah, let freedom reign. Yeah, let freedom reign. Yeah. Let freedom reign. Let freedom reign. Yeah.
My name is Brian. That is John, and Shane's right there in the middle. And you're watching the BRANE Show. I want to start off by saying thank you to Christian and Chloe for making that incredible remix for us. They actually made it last year, but they didn't get it to me fast enough to put it on our stream last year. So I finally used it this year. And I appreciate it. How you guys doing today, boys?
Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do this thing.
All right, I'm going to start off with Shane. Shane, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. My alter ego was here. I was, listen, most of us were just hoping that you would not have a shirt on at this point.
I mean, had the poll not said no, I was literally looking at it. And right in the last few seconds, I saw it was no. So I didn't. I was going to pull my shirt off right away.
Were you?
If the people wanted it, I was going to get naked for you, the people. Because that's what we're about. But the poll said no. So
they apparently did not want it.
They did not want it.
Well, if you guys can, just go ahead and hit the thumbs up anyways. We promise Brian will not get naked.
Yeah, we'll keep the shirt on for now. If you don't hit the button twice, because if you hit the like button twice, then it just turns off the previous like, bro. You got to hit it 3 times.
Okay, then hit it 3 times if you already hit it. I don't know how the math works.
Yeah, thank you for that intro, man. The song Christian did it's so rad.
Who did the song?
Christian and Chloe are my friends from that I collaborate with on church stuff a lot, and they helped me with the original intro. And I remember saying like, "Hey, you know, it would be badass if we took like the Carol of Bells Christmas song and like made that the most epic possible thing on the planet."
Yeah, it was good.
And I was like, that was a year ago. That was made, by the way, a year ago. Anyways, John, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing great, thanks, mate. I will say I was concerned when it was the slow movement, like we were walking through the woods, because knowing you, I expected at any moment there was going to be like about 100 Americans chasing me as a redcoat through the woods, and
Listen,
just clubbing me to death.
if I had more time, that's 100% what I did. Notice the intro was pretty much, I took what someone else produced for me and I just put it over what I already had because I don't have time to create. I didn't have time to create anything special for it. So, yeah, but no, listen, don't worry. Next year, John. Next year, we're gonna include you.
Next year is my online death.
We're gonna include you in there, and you're gonna be.
John's name was in there.
100%. Yeah, I added that. I had them change that because originally it was just Brian and Shane, and I was like, can you just throw John in there for me real quick? Because like I know it's been a year, but like John is part of the show now. He's like, all right, well, Brian, Shane, and John in sync. They literally just threw his name in there like really quickly, willy nilly, and I punched it into the cool edit track.
I heard
the
it.
BRANE Show cast.
Good.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, before it was Brian and Shane in sync. Brian, Shane, and John in sync.
I'll take it.
Hey man, yeah, it's gonna be a great show. It is with a heavy heart. I gotta say, it is our final ever BRANE Show for 2025.
I got nervous for a second.
It's our last show. I actually jumped on the clickbait train when I saw other people doing the same thing. It is our last show of the year. We will not be back next week. We will see you guys next year, but that's only 2 weeks away. So don't stress out too much. Shane and I are working on a big video for our main channel right now, and I'm really trying to make that happen. He's trying to make that happen. So not only do we have Christmas coming up and everything that entails, but we're also going to be trying to fit in getting a video out before the end of the year. We want one last ride. But Merry Christmas to all you guys. Thank you, John Yoder. Merry Christmas. God bless. And Kenneth the Rook, our largest benefactor, our super producer, guys. Our mega super epic producer, Kenneth the Rook. He's quite literally a producer twice on 2 channels. I made a new category of member just for Ken. Okay? Just for you, Ken. And he gives us $20 and he says, Merry Christmas to all. Kenneth the Rogue, my friend, you have been with us for a long time, and I want to tell you, thank you for being awesome. And that's for all the supporters. Plenty of you guys are members. Thank you. Speaking of members, thank
you, Ken. I would like to also say thank you.
In about 2 hours, we'll be going to the members section. So if you're not a member and you want to become a member, click on the join button bottom left, because when we get to the members section, no holds barred. That's when I really take my shirt off and get nasty.
It's dark and freaky.
It's dark and freaky. It's dark and freaky. It's racist. It's a little racist. Listen, guys. Yeah, and Archmage is right. I'm sorry. I can no longer hide it. Our last definitive history of 2025 is the definitive history of Zendaya. You're right.
It's going to be a very short one.
Yeah. It's 3 minutes, and a minute of that is just us asking you to subscribe to the channel. Shane asked me yesterday. He goes, "So, what are we talking about on the show tomorrow?" I'm like, whatever you want to talk about. So we're keeping it a little loose. The Epstein files, a bunch of Epstein files did drop yesterday, so that's pretty important. So we're definitely going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Definitely.
For sure. And a bunch of random entertainment news. I did see a trailer.
New movie coming out this year, Disclosure.
Yes.
Plus my dark horse, the movie I'm looking forward to most this year, finally dropped a trailer. It's called Anaconda, and I can't wait for you guys to see it.
Ain't got none unless you got buns.
That song is actually in the trailer, so
I figured as much.
So we're going to be watching that trailer as well. But I did.
My favorite movie of the year is.
Go ahead.
Getting ready to come out.
What?
I bet you'll never guess. Can you guess what my favorite movie, Brian? You should know.
It's something really boring, I think.
Michael Jackson's documentary.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's boring.
My favorite.
So how much of that is dedicated to him being a child molester?
I hope some of it at least, because it's pretty a big part of his life.
Especially considering he's in multiple Jeffrey Epstein photos now.
Oh, boom! Those tied together. Yes, that's right.
That segue, guys. That segue, though, right? Come on, that was clean, bro.
You lot think
I just made it unclean by addressing it, but that was a clean segue.
Yeah, you lot think that Brian and Shane just throw these shows together, but no, they practice. They practice.
Yep.
They practice.
Yes.
Great segue.
That's 100% untrue. We've done it for so long that we're just good at it now. We're good at sort of BSing our way through a few hours of live streams.
That's right. That's right.
So speaking of that epic segue, yes, Michael Jackson is in multiple photos with Jeffrey Epstein. You know what I noticed? Can I tell you, Shane and John, what I noticed about the newest Epstein files drop yesterday? I noticed something like a blaring thing. I didn't see all the promised Donald Trump photos of him diddling kids. Where are all those at?
I don't know. I guess they forgot to put those in there.
Yeah, they forgot to wedge him in, huh?
Do you know what I find interesting though? Is the fact that online there are so many people that, you know, there's Clinton photos everywhere, but all they're talking about in their tweets is Donald Trump, he's on a flight. You know, it's like, okay, let's evade the fact that there's photos of Clinton there. That's my death warrant. I'm going to be bumped off after saying this now. So
no, it's wild though. You're right. Like there's a lot of photos of Clinton, and I know Clinton's not the president of the United States anymore, and I noticed also. When people comment like, hey, are we just not going to address the fact that Clinton's hanging out with a bunch of underage people and jacuzzis and stuff? It's like, no, we want all these pedophiles to burn. Well, they say that as if we don't also want that, which is so weird. Whenever they say that, it's like a straw man because they go, oh, unlike you maggots, we want all the pedophiles to burn, even Clinton. I'm like, yeah, so do we. Yeah. Listen. If Steve Bannon diddled kids, burn them. Trump diddled kids, out. If anyone of any political affiliation whatsoever mess with the kids, tie a millstone around their neck and throw them into the ocean. To quote the Bible, don't mess with kids. I don't care what political affiliation you are. I don't care what party you work for. The fact that they bring that up though, as if that's some kind of unlike you, no. We all want that. Are you not understanding that we all want any of those people to burn? It's not. This is a nonpartisan issue, guys. Don't try to politicize your virtue signaling when it comes to pedophiles. It's weird.
Can I ask a question quickly about this? After what we were talking about last week about Candace Owens, has she done as I predicted? Has she gone down the Epstein rabbit hole yet? On her videos to get the clicks. Has that happened?
No.
Or is that coming over Christmas?
I feel like it's coming over Christmas. So there is a Candace Owens update, which I know we're a little off topic, but there is a Candace Owens update that I found.
Before you update that, I did want to say something about Ghislaine Maxwell, these images. So one of the things that they're complaining about with Trump is they're saying, how come, Ghislaine Maxwell is only in images with Trump? How come she's not in images with Obama? And Clinton and Carter, and I was like, Carter,
yeah,
1976 to 1980, Carter. Is that what you guys are talking about? When Ghislaine was 15 years old. So people don't really know shit about this. They're just, when you read stuff out there, just know most people have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, and that, can I just rant about that real quick? I gotta say, if you don't know what you're talking about, do me a favor. Either shut the hell up or go and find out information. Go and research. Go and get knowledgeable before you open your fat mouth on the internet. And I know that's weird to say, glass houses. I open my fat mouth on the internet all the time about stuff I don't know. But I tell you straight up, I don't really know anything about that.
It's so much easier just to spout out whatever you just heard, man.
It's wild. It's a wild thing. Yeah. So speaking of this, let's just jump right into this. Let's try to be somewhat organized on the show, for once.
Thank you, God. Thank you.
So I love how the very first thing, right? The very first thing today was a photo with Trump in it appears to have been removed from the partial Epstein files for Justice Department release. Right now, I can't really show you this whole thing because they want me to like actually subscribe to them, which I'm not going to do. So good luck with that. But their byline says a photo featuring President Donald Trump was included in one of the Justice Department files of the late sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein appears to have been removed online. So what does that tell you, Shane? What that tells a low information voter, right? It tells a low information voter, oh, they removed a picture of Trump doing something bad. Now, what is it most likely?
It was a picture of Trump doing this.
Right.
They removed it.
Yeah. I've learned how to sort of read between the lines for some of these rags, because they don't actually, it's what they don't say is actually gives you more information than what they did say. And I can't wait for, legacy media is dying. And I'll tell you, like YouTube, our community on YouTube and the internet is partially to blame for that, which I'm excited to say that we've been a part of that demise. I can't wait for it to be completely gone because I am so over legacy media constantly displaying information in a way that is maliciously wrong. It's like, so that we turned the term during COVID, I remember it was misinformation. And people even took that word and defined it incorrectly. But what they're doing is misinformation. When they put an article out where the headline is Trump wasn't in any of the Epstein photos, you're like, how? Yeah. Okay. What's the news there? They're trying to infer. So yeah, they're trying to infer something, right? That's the problem with these Jeffrey Epstein. Now let me show you some of these photos. I went on 4chan to get some of these photos. Dude, do not do that. Oh my God.
I don't go to that place. It scares me.
I think I might be on a list now because 4chan was just wilding out over the last 24 hours. I was like, oh, I want to get these photos uncensored. And it's hard to get these photos uncensored because like every one of these news sites censors the photos. And when I say censor, I'm not talking about like, cutting out like nudity. I'm talking about like they censor faces and they don't show everything. They don't show every person. They don't show Michael Jackson like hanging out with Epstein. They have that one shot of him in a plane that looks sort of innocent. Not the one where he's hugging on Epstein, right? So I went to 4chan to look for these photos, and the autists over there, to their credit, definitely got a lot of them. However, they also got a lot of stuff that was like misinformation, to say the least. So here, this CBC in Canada is one of the few I've found that actually has a lot of these photos with only the faces blocked out. And here we go.
This is, now, if you saw one of these with Trump having a young girl on his lap, I mean, we don't even have any of those. But here's Clinton with a young girl on his lap, and what people go, oh, it's just Bill being Bill.
Yeah.
Why is that okay?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, that's a good
Nobody's
question,
upset
actually.
that Bill Clinton's hanging out with Epstein.
Why is that okay? And what they'll say is, oh, no, you don't get it. Like, we want them all to burn. Okay, well, then stop focusing on one person that isn't in any photos.
Right.
So
they'll do that. They'll do the same thing though. They'll be going, oh no, it's AI. It's fake. It's fake. It can't be Bill. It can't be Bill.
We do have that problem now, right, with the AI thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, dude, 4chan, it's weird because there was a lot of photos that were like the unredacted ones, but then there were ones that were produced by AI that looked really realistic and really inappropriate. And I was like, I don't know which ones are real. And every once in a while they would mix in a random photo of Candace Owens in a full-on Nazi uniform, which I have that. You guys want to see that? It's really funny.
I just got this image of Brian like scrolling through hundreds of images on there of like Bill Clinton with his junk out, and he's going, I just don't know which one's real. Which one is it?
There was a lot of photos of Bill Clinton with his junk, like old man penis, just on the internet, dude.
Whoa. So here's a question for you: the girl that's sitting on Clinton's lap. I mean, can we figure out who she is? And if she is one of Epstein's people, then I mean that's incriminating.
I was going to say she looks like the Prince Andrew one as well.
Yeah. So what they said, what they did say is they said that the photos that were like where they blocked out the faces were potential victims. I don't know how accurate that is, to be honest.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I get like you want to block it out because you don't want this girl to get like beat up, attacked online. I get that maybe purpose as well if she's a nobody.
Right.
But if she's an Epstein complainant, I think that's what's important. Like if she's one of the people one of the untold number of women who aren't getting justice, shouldn't we know that she's sitting on Clinton's lap?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and on that topic, so some of I guess they're calling them survivors now, but the victims of Epstein were like, talking about how this was traumatic for them and they wish that they would bring these people to justice and just release all the information. And I gotta ask the question. And listen, in no way am I minimizing their pain, and they are victims, and that's horrible. But don't they have the information?
Right? I mean,
I don't.
Justice Department should have their info, right?
No, but yeah,
but they have.
But the victims know who.
They know who did what to them, right? So this is what confuses the shit out of them.
Yeah, it's so confusing.
They've had it a long time.
So the victims know who diddled them,
right?
Not to be crass, but who did these things to them,
right? Who victimized
them? Victims saying, and why the f are their lawyers not suing people?
Right?
Yeah,
because there's no evidence. Perhaps. I mean, at least get it out there. At least get it out in the public.
Yeah. So my first thought was maybe maybe they already did sue them behind closed doors, and they got like big settlements that
closed doors. You would at least what's public is the suing portion. Like you can't make that private.
Well, I mean, you can in a way. So like a law firm can use a shell company to sue a person's foundation, and while it's public information, it'll never be on the radar of a news source.
Yeah, but there's no benefit for the victims for it to be quiet. So if you're going to
unless they want money, and I'm not saying they do. I'm saying like unless that's the
if money is more important than justice, then fuck them.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of
you know what I mean. If these girls if it's more important that they get paid. Then the people that did these bad things to them go to prison. Then boo on them.
I've never understood that. I've always thought to myself, if I was a parent, guys, you can answer this. You're parents, okay? If I was a parent and I found out that someone had abused my child, I wouldn't take any money as a settlement. I'd be pushing jail time at least. I wouldn't stop at that point. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? That's how I would.
I'll be very clear. My thoughts are push for jail time, but then also have someone that I've hired to kill them.
Right. Yeah. That was the very first thought in my brain was they're not going to make it to a courtroom.
Never going to make it.
Like they wouldn't. You know that famous photo of the guy on the public television on the public phone in the 70s in the airport, and he has the gun out. It's this famous dad, like this just epic father, where his son was molested by this absolute monster. Yes. And it was like their karate teacher or something. And when they found out, they arrested him. Well, this guy took a gun to the airport with a hat on, knew where that dude was going to be transported, acted like he was on the phone. And when he was finally, and it was press everywhere, not caring about his own life or his going to jail. The second that guy crossed, he just flipped that gun and popped him in the head.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I would do the same. In no way do I think that guy did the wrong thing. That guy did the right thing. That's what a father should do. 100%.
I'd be Samuel L. Jackson in A Time to Kill.
100%.
That's what I would be. I would be like murder. That's it.
Yeah, they're not making it to a courtroom. They're not making it to a courtroom. There's no justice is going to be, no legal justice is going to be served. Real justice is going to be served, and it's going to be by my hand.
You will both be hiring your British assassin by my alias, Ron Bolden.
Ron Bolden. So the thing about these photos, and I got to ask this question because that's a real question. The survivors keep spouting up, like almost as if they're sort of blaming the administration for not releasing information when they have to know that it's not the administration not releasing information. It's been blocked by multiple courts. They've voted on it 5 times, and it was voted against by multiple people. But they have the information.
What keeps the victims from going to the media, going to any media who would be willing to publish it and say, here's a list of the names of the people that did bad things to me? What's stopping that from happening?
Well, I think someone online was like, well, what if they don't know what their names are? I'm like, that's impossible.
Yeah, no.
That's if they're famous people. Now, look, if they're famous people,
to an island.
they know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, and the bottom line is, frankly speaking, until that happens, there are no, the only person is Epstein. Until the victims come out with some names, Epstein is the only guy. I mean, as much as Bill Clinton looks really bad, and as much as some of these images look pretty bad. Now, the one person came out against the king's brother. What's his name?
Prince Andrew.
Yeah, Prince Andrew
And his wife.
Yeah, so now somebody came up and accused him.
Yeah,
right?
and didn't she die? Didn't she coincidentally commit suicide 6 months later?
She did, yeah.
Even though she said she wasn't suicidal, was something like that?
No, you're right. She did.
That's really that's super
we
suspect.
have an accusation. We have a person, right? And I get it. Nobody wants to be accused if they didn't do anything. But if you're convicted as a victim, and you're convicted, I would have no problem if somebody assaulted me. I would have no problem listing their names, no matter what the consequences to me were, because I would want justice.
And yeah, you're 100% right. So that's confusing. And I don't want to be Candace Owens here. I'm just asking questions, but these are valid questions. Someone should ask these questions. When they do these interviews with these victims, I'm shocked that not a single one of these news journalists have asked this question. Why don't you just tell us who it was?
Well, we've got with the Prince Andrew situation here. He's been stripped by the king of all his titles. He's been basically told that he's got to move out of his royal residence. And his wife, who's now his ex-wife, she had been caught a couple of months ago. It came out. She was writing letters privately to Epstein, because Epstein was loaning her money as well. And she was regularly going to her island. So there's 2 royals there, or I say ex-royals, that were there, that were involved, that, are in it up to their neck. So again, this just isn't a US thing. This is a global thing.
Oh yeah, and some people ask me, why is there an Israeli flag on your thumbnail? Well, really, that's just for you to freak out and click on.
I was going to ask you what that was about.
The point of that was to get you to click on this video. Okay. Oh, but people have asked the question, was Epstein like a Mossad agent?
Yeah.
Or was, because Ghislaine Maxwell was her father was
her father was, yeah.
Right. So listen, that's can't be a coincidence. That's weird. The
whole thing. We know that. Yeah. I'm just saying, look, if you're going to attack Trump over this, there's just a lot of weird questions. Where are the victims? I'm just gonna that's gonna be my thing from now on. Where are the victims? I want to hear from the victims.
Well, and so that begs the question for these photos too. every one of these photos, it looks like all the women outside of Maxwell, their faces are blacked out. So are they implying that these are victims, or are they just blacking out faces of any women?
Well, we know that from past Epstein images, there were people's faces blacked out that had nothing to do with it,
Right.
that weren't a part of it.
Can I just say on a lighter note today, I did see, it did make me chuckle about this. Somebody did the Stargate movie, but they did Ra, and they bent Ra is a monster, and they blacked out like all of the kids that are surrounding Ra in the movie.
Oh my God. That's horrible. I did notice though, like every woman in every photo has their face blocked out except for Maxwell. And I don't understand that. I don't like women are obviously can be abusers and victimizers too. So are these victims or are they just being safe? Because
I think they're just being safe.
Look at all these women that are posing with Epstein and Maxwell in this photo. They don't look like they're underage to me, so you're just blocking out any woman's face, but you have no problem proudly displaying Jackson and Clinton and any other man that was in the room.
The trouble you've got now as well, whether you're left or right or the trouble is they've politicized it now. So these alleged victims, they're never going to get justice that they want because it's going through the political system, because all the Democrats want to do is they want to get Trump. Right. It's political point scoring. They don't give a stuff about victims of a crime. All they care about is getting the man out of, stopping it, getting him out of the way, getting Trump gone.
Yeah,
that's it.
They don't like Trump. Yeah, and so that brings me up to another topic here. People go, Trump is in these files. Trump has images out there. This is fact. He's a creep. Blah blah blah. Guys, the Democrats and Biden and that entire party controlled all of this information for 4 years while running against the man to run for president. You don't think they would have instantly have made that connection? Because I don't care how staunch of a Republican you are or a conservative, the second you find out that Trump is a pedophile, you're not voting for the guy. 100%. Like, no matter what people make you believe, that no one I know would ever vote for someone. So if they had control of this information for 4 years, and if Trump was actually in it, you don't think this would have been front page news? Come on. Such a silly, stupid argument to make.
He would be politically toxic, wouldn't he?
And anyone associated with him.
I'm actually starting to, I'm starting to. So what? Some of the reasons why they're saying the victims aren't coming forward are, here's some of the reasons: fear of powerful perpetrators. So they fear that the people who abused them were wealthy and connected, and influential. Okay, if that's the case, they've already come forward and said they're victims, right? They've already said they were victims, so they want protection from the government. Right. I would think that releasing anonymously the list of names that would not point back to you, but would get the word out,
right,
would be an ideal situation. So here's my take on this going forward. I don't think anybody's guilty except for Epstein until the victim and perhaps Prince Andrew, until people come forward, until names start coming out.
Right.
Period. That's it. I mean, and I have to look at it that way because, let me tell you, when the football player that was getting all those massages and sexually assaulting women while he was getting massages, for all that time. I mean, he had like 36 women come out and accuse him. Okay, so I'm just saying, if there's a list, if that it happened to, then it needs to get out, and it shouldn't be the government that puts out the list. It doesn't need to be the government.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be.
The victims can put out the list.
It's so people acting like Trump's in charge of the list is just ridiculous.
Deshaun Watson. Thank you, Anthony. Yes, that was it.
Yeah.
Trump is not in charge of the list. The list belongs to the victims.
Right. They have it.
Yeah. And you're and also just sort of coming on from what you said, Shane, you're telling me that these victims haven't had some, class action lawyer, sitting them down together to have the conversation and put a list together and interviewed a lot of them, in private. So you're right. At any time they could just fire that out. But it's not. Again, the question I've got as well is, when is this ever likely to go away, do you think, and be resolved? Because I think this is just going to run for a long, long time. It's like a oil fire.
Advantageous, John. As long as it's politically advantageous to go on, it will go on.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's facts. So this is up from ABC. Few Trump mentions despite opponents' expectations. President Donald Trump had long argued against the release of the files, accusing those calling for it peddling a Democrat hoax. By the way, I think what he meant there when he said that was the part where they were saying he's part of it. I don't think he was saying the Epstein, diddling kids and his network of weirdos is a hoax. I think them trying to constantly push him into that nightmare is what he was calling a hoax. But we've talked about this before. He's not the most well-spoken dude. It continues. However, last month he changed his tune in support of the documents released, saying he had nothing to hide. Yeah, he's probably tired of it. He's like, all right, fucking goddamn it. Trump has consistently denied any wrongdoing and says he cut ties with Epstein more than a decade ago, which he did. He also previously called Epstein a creep, which he did. And he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago, which he did. So far in this release, ABC journalists have found a few references to the president, but there was an undated photo of a framed image of Epstein posing with a woman whose name has been redacted, holding a check for $22,000 that appears to have Trump's signature on it, right here. And I'm not sure who that. I don't know what that's about. Like, talk about lack of context, dude.
So couldn't that be for some sort of charity event that Trump has just signed and yet, he knows nothing about it?
I don't know, but like they're posing outside and it's a giant novelty check with his,
like an extra scene of Happy Gilmore, it's
yeah, I don't know what this is. Like, but it's weird that they mentioned it, like, well, there's not much mentions, but look at this photo of this possible victim with Epstein holding a check from Trump. I'm like, can you not mention all the other factors here? They're outside and it's a gigantic novelty check. Like, I don't know how this is. I don't know what this means, but I definitely don't think it means what you're inferring it means.
Yeah.
Jeez, dude.
Mad.
Well, I just think it's all tragic, man. Honestly, I don't know what else that you can really say about this until people, I'm honestly like, I know I keep harping on this, but what would you do? You would get the names out. I mean, think about it. You have the entire country behind you. Dear victims of Epstein and whoever else did things to you, we're all behind you.
Yeah.
You got all our support. If you come forward and say this is who did it, we are going to rise up on their asses.
Yeah, listen, email us. We'll help you get the information where it needs to go. This is not that hard. It's just not that hard. Again, it's 2025. This is not 1945 where you don't have 3,000 options to anonymously send information to someone important. It's just not. This is not a difficult. It's not a difficult task to get that information out there. It's not. I would argue it's not even dangerous.
It's not sneaking into a car park at 2 a.m. with a trench coat and a hat, is it? And handing a file over.
Yeah. This isn't deep. Yeah, this isn't what was it called? Deep throat or whatever.
Yeah, deep throat. Yeah.
This isn't deep throat. You don't gotta sneak into a car. You have your briefcase. No. You can pick up you can buy a burner out of 7-Eleven and send an email out. And no one would ever know. Well, welcome to the internet. Welcome to 2025. This is not difficult. Anyways.
You know, Epstein has to have pictures with thousands of people.
Yeah.
Like he was everywhere doing things all the time. He took so many pictures. Just because you're in a picture with Epstein doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, and we were making fun of Michael Jackson, but just because he's in a picture with a couple pictures with Epstein does not mean he's one of the victimizers. Although his past makes it.
That wasn't a picture for Michael, by the way. That was a picture for Epstein.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, oh, I met Michael Jackson. Who doesn't want a picture with Michael Jackson, right?
Right.
So it's like, I bet there's 1,000 pictures of him out there at sporting events.
That was his job. His job was the network.
The network, right. So there's got to be tons of them. What I want, and maybe there isn't the evidence. Maybe, like we said, way back in the day, whatever evidence they got was destroyed by someone who didn't want, you know, certain powerful people's names out there during the last administration, and it was all destroyed, perhaps.
Maybe.
Right? Yeah. And if that's the case, you'll never know, and all we have is the victims at that point. And maybe they don't want to put it out because something bad's going to happen to them, they're going to get sued or whatever, or they're afraid, right? And they want some sort of protection. But that means those victims have told somebody. So that means there's lawyers, or there's friends, or there's right. And how, Brian, John, tell me how all these people they've told, not one fucking person has let it loose, has let it slip. Right. Not one person.
Well, even if you've got the, you know, like the sleazy friend of a friend who's been told or kept, and they go, right, okay, you give me $2 million and I'll give you the information. You know, you would have that happening as well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, something is off about this whole thing. I can't wait. We can't figure it out. Let us know what you guys think in the chat. How does this work? Why is the pieces of this puzzle not adding up to a picture? Because something is off. By the way, John Burns for $2 says Asmongold released a bunch of stuff, redacted pages. Yeah, send me that on Discord, John. Okay, so before we go to the next topic, I want to thank Kenneth the Rogue for giving 5 BRANE Show memberships. Woo! Yeah, let's go. Legends. And again, guys, the members section after this gets weird. It's real weird.
Can I also just say
selling point, bro? Like, telling people it's weird. I just don't know if that's gonna make people.
It's a selling point for me. I would be like, I need to become a member right away.
It's a pants off Saturday in the members section. Yeah.
I just tell you, it's safe, guys. I'm there. You're safe. Okay.
Can I also say to everyone in the chat as well, thanks for joining us tonight. If you could like and subscribe if you haven't already, please do so, because we want to spread the word about the channel. You know, certainly for Brian and Shane, they put a lot of work into this, and it's great fun hanging out with them. So if we can boost this further, that would be great. And thanks for your support this year.
And that would be
job
wonderful.
Security, bro. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
John knows how to get job security. That's what I'm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love you, damn Brit. I love it.
Speaking of members, John Burns for 16 months said redactions are like jazz. It's about the notes you don't hear. That's from Care. That's a cool. I like that quote. I like that quote. So someone in the chat also did say, I think it was Rec. He said there's entire pages they released that were just all black.
Just where's your credibility at that point? It's just an all black paper.
Yeah, an entire photo where the whole photo is just a black piece of paper.
Except the words and, the, and or.
No, not even text. Like actual photos where like the whole photo is a black photo. You got to ask the question. At this point, at what point is there no point in releasing that photo when all you can see is the border? Like, come on.
That's almost as bad as the UFO files that they release, you know, and it was literally like one word in it, and it's like, what's the flipping point, you know?
Oh yeah. The 4K documentary that they refuse to release in standard definition. You can only get it in 4K, and you're like, can I ask you a question, guys? Why? There's no alien footage in here. So, like, you are forcing me to watch a 4K documentary, a 2-hour documentary of people talking about stuff I've already heard about 500 times.
And a congressional hearing that I've already seen live on the news
weird. Anyway. People are so weird, man. Weird folks out there, dude. Also,
Shane called it though, didn't you? You did say there won't be anything really of substance in that documentary. You know, you said it before it was released.
It's true. Okay. Also, John Burns for $2. You guys saw Bubba in the pool? Yeah, that's a pretty damning photo because the redacted face of the girl in the pool with him looks very young, right?
Who was it?
So it's Bill Clinton in like a jacuzzi.
Oh.
I'm not sure if he's shirtless or whatever, but he's it's all skin, and he's with a young woman, and the face is redacted, so you can't really tell what they look like. But like the figure looks very young, very, very young.
Thing is, when these photos come out about Clinton, it's like this week, it's like, is anyone ever surprised about it? Because it's kind of like almost been like a bit of an open secret for years about his behavior and stuff. I mean, I remember 25 years ago, and they were talking about, you know, Family Guy, and they had him naked in it, you know, as a joke because of what he was getting up to. So Clinton doesn't surprise me at all. In fact, when all this started, I thought that's the number one person I'm thinking of when it's all kicked off, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. So let's move on to more fun things and less creepy, weird, crazy stuff. And let's talk about Anaconda. So this came up, this movie, and the reason I'm talking about it, I know it's not like some epic blockbuster.
I was like, yeah, what's the drag thing?
Let me
what is calling you?
Yeah, let me explain why we need to discuss this. First off, none of us knew this was happening, and we're steeped in movie-related news.
Actually, I knew.
Did you?
Yeah, months ago.
You saw a trailer for this already?
Yeah, a teaser, a making of kind of thing.
Oh, like the ones where
I so didn't give a shit about it that I just kind of didn't say anything.
Yeah, well, I find it weird that they're releasing the trailer for it 5 days before the movie releases.
That is weird. That's
guys,
extremely weird.
John, go.
Guys, we've talked about this before, but are they about to do the thing I hate, which is the trailer before the trailer? Trailer starts in 5, 4, 3,
yes,
2, 1.
Yeah, they're gonna do that.
You know, as if I can't wait that long.
And we're gonna watch this trailer. It's very weird to me that the movie comes out in 5 days, and we got the trailer 5 days before the movie. I know we got that weird teaser thing about them saying they're talking about making the movie.
Well, no, there was an official trailer that came out on September 17th.
Oh, I did not see this.
Yeah, September 17th was the official trailer, and this was the final trailer that just came out 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
we just missed it. Well, I didn't miss it. I just didn't say anything about it because I was like, I mean, I like Paul Rudd, I like Jack Black, but I don't like the premise for the movie, so it didn't do much for me.
Well, I'll tell. And after you watch the trailer, I'll tell you why I like the premise of the movie, and I think it might actually be a sleeper comedy that we're going to talk about for a while. Here we go. You guys can hear it, right?
And 5, 4, 3, 2.
Stupid.
You don't say the last. It's okay.
Anaconda.
I don't want to wait, man.
Doug, what are you talking about?
Let's do it. Let's reboot Anaconda.
Yes.
Wait.
What?
This is gonna be the adventure of a lifetime. We've dreamed of making this movie ever since we were kids.
What does it cost to get this thing made?
$2.5 million.
We've approved a loan for up to $9,400.
Yes.
We're gonna shoot it indie style. Run and gun.
We need a riverboat, a script, a snake handler, and a real snake.
Claire, you and I will star in it.
I love you, Derek.
Kenny, you shoot it. Here we go. Doug, you direct.
Action! Put your face right up next to the snake.
No.
They kill the snake immediately.
Cody.
This is Anaconda. And we no longer have a snake for our snake movie. we have to go out in the jungle and find another one.
What is that?
Oh my.
Don't, my anaconda, don't.
And we are being hunted.
I love that.
Now we die. It's okay. You're safe. I'm here.
Oh my.
Keep rolling.
Got buns, son.
He's dead.
Oh no! What are we gonna do? What if we use Doug as bait to get back to the boat?
That's a really smart idea.
Doug would have wanted this.
I'm not sure he would have wanted this.
Oh, my mistake.
He's alive. I think he checked his pulse. He did. Doug! He's right behind you. What the hell is on my neck? It's a long story. Run!
It actually looks funny as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I honestly believe somebody said, you know, that song's making a comeback. The kids are like have found now this.
Nicki Minaj, Nicki Minaj made.
Yeah, and somebody's like, you know, we really got to make a movie with that song somehow. I mean, that would just draw people.
So it's actually sort of funny because Baby Got Back is where that song came from. But then Nicki Minaj made a song called Anaconda, which sampled the Baby Got Back.
It. Yeah.
And which made it even more made it popular again. And now they're making a movie called Anaconda where they used the soundtrack. So it's like it requires like 3 pop culture things to all happen in order for this to happen.
Well, there was the 1997 movie Anaconda, which one of the things that makes it interesting is that Ice Cube is in that movie.
Right.
Also a rapper.
Also a rapper, yeah.
You know, it's
and J-Lo.
What's that?
J-Lo.
J-Lo.
And of course there are and J-Lo, and there are, you know, people who think maybe there are giant anacondas in the Amazon. So I mean, interesting premise. Jack Black's awesome. Paul Rudd's awesome.
Steve Zahn.
Say again.
Steve Zahn.
Steve's on awesome. Awesome.
This is why I'm excited for this. Because
because
there's a movie called Strange Wilderness. Have you seen it?
No.
So there's a Steve Zahn movie. It's called Strange Wilderness. And this is actually the reason I'm excited to see this movie. So in this movie, and I'll show you guys the poster, made by Steve Zahn. There we go. It's called Strange Wilderness. It has the guy from Super Troopers. It has Justin Long. It's a very funny film that very few people have seen for some reason. And it's about this guy whose father was an adventure guy, like the guy who Steve Irwin, sort of a Steve Irwin type guy, would go out and introduce the camera, the audience to multiple animals and whatnot, right? And his father died, and he took over the show and had no ratings, and it wasn't and no one watched his little public broadcasting show, and he wanted to follow in his father's footsteps and make an incredible adventure type show. Well, what happened was he got shit canned, and his crew, he convinces them to go look for Bigfoot for their last episode to try to get back, ratings. And this movie is legitimately funny. And when I say funny, I'm talking about laugh out loud, incredibly funny. And few people have ever seen it. But Steve Zahn was the driving force behind this incredible movie that like Chris said, Strange Wilderness is a hidden gem. Well, guess who is the driving force behind Anaconda, and it has a very similar premise? Steve Zahn.
Okay, I mean, Steve Zahn's a funny guy. He's also in the TV series Silo, the Apple series Silo, which I liked his character during season 2 for that show. You go back to Steve Zahn, he was really just a bit guy. He ended up doing Reality Bites Back in the day, he was in, little movies like That Thing You Do. He was just kind of a bit actor throughout the years, but he actually is a pretty solid comedian, comedy actor. So
let me sweeten the pot for you, Shane. Did you watch by chance a little movie that came out recently called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent?
Of course, yes.
Right, well, the director of that movie is the director of this movie.
Okay, I could see that being fun. And this is a reality-based movie, so they're making a movie. It's a story about a group of people making a movie. Yeah, that the movie's made. You don't get what I'm saying. It's like a movie.
Yeah.
So the writer and the director of this is the same writer and director of Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which is great. The actual premise of it. What's that?
You've convinced me to watch it.
Right. Well,
when it comes out on streaming.
He's not going to that theater, is he?
Not theater worthy for me.
I look forward to it. I think it looks like.
Let me finish. Okay. Steve Zahn's the producer.
John, know your damn place. Let him finish.
And his friend.
Yeah. See you later, everyone.
And his friend and SNL alumni, Peter Galk, is producing. Same people from Strange Wilderness. Like, yeah, I guess you can watch it on streaming. I guess you can.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. We can't afford to go to the movies anymore unless it's a really great movie. And if I'm going to go to the movies, if I'm going to pay to go watch it, I got to know. Like, I got to know. You know what I mean?
My bladder needs to know as well.
All I know is
these days
is Steve Zahn is one of those people that and thank you for saying this. He's extremely underrated.
I agree with that, actually.
He's very, very funny. Yeah. He's super talented. He has incredible comedic timing, and he's never really gotten as much credit as Jack Black, Paul Rudd, and other people have. But he is great. And I can't wait to watch him make me laugh, because I'm almost positive that this movie is going to make me laugh. And you know how many comedies have made me laugh in the last couple of years? Not very many. In fact, recently I watched Code 3, which is a very good movie, but it's the poster says it's a comedy. Rainn Wilson is the main character. The trailer says it's a comedy. Everything about this movie, Code 3, says it's a comedy. And then you watch it, and it's not a comedy. There's a couple funny parts, but 90% of this movie is a drama. Now, I'm not knocking it. It's a great film, actually. It's actually unbelievably good. I did not expect Rainn Wilson to make me actually feel sadness. But it's not a comedy. So I miss good, irreverent, incredible comedies that just don't care about offending people. I miss Strange Wilderness, Tropic Thunder. I miss Grandma's Boy. I miss these movies.
Tropic Thunder is on a level of all its own.
Oh, 100%.
You can't compare it to those. But I will say, if you're going to watch a movie before the end of the year, Anaconda is probably the one. You do have, Anaconda is the one. I mean, there's nothing else that's even remotely interesting coming out before.
Yeah, I think it'll do well. I think that's gonna.
I got
over this period.
I got some credits in my Cinemark account. I plan to sneak away from my family when they're taking their nap and just make a beeline for the theater. And pray my wife doesn't notice I'm gone for 2 hours.
Yeah. Do you notice that when Brian does this, right, he goes to the mic and he starts whispering very, very quietly
I'm afraid
so that the family don't hear him.
Yeah, there's another song coming out another movie coming out called Song Sung Blue. It's actually got Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson in it, and it's got
Neil Diamond
tribute act. So I don't know, that one might get me a little more, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna watch that. So I definitely will not even probably watch that on streaming, to be fair.
If I'm being totally honest, right?
Right. Not my cup of tea. So let's talk about, while we're talking about movies, let's talk about the giant blue elephant in the room. Avatar: Fire and Ash.
Rock and roll.
So,
I love, and I sent Brian an article on this when I was up in the middle of the night last night, couldn't sleep. And I'm like, it made me so happy to read this. The fact, because we were just talking about it last week, how, he's so locked in to making these movies, James Cameron, that he can think of nothing else, right? But we get this like crack in his facade, his armor, which is like, well, if we could end the movie at 3, even though he has 2 more planned.
God, I hope he does.
There's more things he wants to do, and if people, because he's worried about people not coming to the movie experience, despite making over $3 billion on the other 2 movies. Which, by the way, he's made more money on his Avatar movies than Disney paid for Star Wars. Let's just really think about that.
That's
for a
pretty
second.
funny. Like paid for the entire franchise, by the way.
Yeah.
I have just got no interest in this. I had no interest in the second one. I watched the first one. I think the gimmick of 3D at the time, I wanted to see the 3D experience in the cinema. That was good, but I think I said before, the first one for me, I walked out of it and it was completely forgettable. I've never gone back to it since. It just,
and most people
nothing gripped me.
Yeah, and same thing. Like I watched it, same exact reason. Oh, look at this incredible leap in technologies, 3D. I'm like, I gotta check that out. And I watched the movie, and I'm like, yeah, I guess the 3D was okay, but the movie itself was just sort of fine.
This is so frustrating, guys. So they get $36 million opening day, okay, for Fire and Ash.
How many of those people went to go watch that because they wanted to see the Doomsday trailer?
What? Nobody's going to watch Fire and Ash for the Doomsday trailer. I'm sorry.
No, Avengers Doomsday trailer.
That much money to go to watch
So
the trailer.
a lot of people don't know this, but for the next 5 weeks, Disney is dropping a different teaser trailer in front of every showing of Avatar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're not releasing those teasers for Doomsday on the internet. It's only going to be released on these Avatar movies. So how many people are going to watch this movie to see the different teasers?
Well, the first 10 will be the ones that film it and then come out and release it.
But Disney has been very good at getting all those filmed leaked copies, because I saw one of the leaked copies. It's pretty bad. They're very good at removing them like wholesale from the internet. Like you can't so Rob Meyer Burnett put out a tweet, was like, I never thought I would cry at watching a teaser trailer. Rob is a very hyperbolic guy when it comes to movies. But when I asked him, I messaged him, I was like, hey, let me get a link to that leaked trailer, bro. He goes, it's gone, dude. It was pulled in minutes. So like Disney is pulling these things off the internet, which is, it's gotta be increasing at least a little bit the box office, right?
Well, I mean, that's good marketing, because they need all the help they can get after all the the rubbish they've put out the last few years. There has been zero interest apart from a small minority of people have been interested, but again, I'm not interested in it, and I like Phase 1. I loved it, but I've got no investment in these characters whatsoever.
I'm interested in Doomsday because Doomsday essentially, they came out and said this, it takes place directly after Endgame, which I'm like, wait a minute. So you're just ignoring your last entire phase? Shane, you know what that means? The directors came out and said, this movie is a direct sequel to Endgame. And you're like, wait a minute. What about the other 8 movies you've made since then?
We have a Robert Downey Jr. problem if that's the case. I'm just saying.
That's what the Russo brothers said. Doomsday is a direct sequel to Endgame. It takes place right after Endgame. I'm like,
well, do you think the Russo brothers buy in on any of the other shit that's come out since Endgame?
Of course not. Of course not.
No, they're like, we're not responsible for any of the crap that happened after we finished our last, world busting movie.
So, no, and Endgame did. That's the best way to say world busting is the right word. It broke the entertainment planet. Okay, it broke every record. I don't know. So I'm interested in seeing that. Going back to Avatar real quick. The thing about Avatar is what's weird to me is I've never met a single person that is an Avatar fan. Not a single one. Every time a trailer comes out for a big franchise, you see like 4 million channels pop up with trailer reaction, trailer review, breakdown, Easter eggs, things you missed. I didn't see any of that for Avatar. Even these channels that like absolutely need Avatar just to make videos, because they have like to make videos every 2 days in order to be profitable because they're larger movie channels, like barely even talk about Avatar. Yet I've seen the same few channels make 7 different videos about the leaked Doomsday trailer. Like,
is that from their car?
Right. But I mean, but how do they make 7 videos and 7 theory videos about the possible leaked Doomsday trailer, but not a single Avatar review? Not a single things you missed video? It's because no one cares. But yet they're making tons of money, so someone has to care. I'm just so confused on this.
But aren't the sequels essentially the same story, just again and again?
So the second movie was like, the second movie was similar.
Different tribes, is it?
But it was like something about like the second movie had so many plot holes. So the second movie, and I'm sorry, spoiler alert, if you guys ever going to watch this movie or not, it had to do with like the whales that was on the Avatar planet, and apparently they need the whales' brains or fat or something. That they need something uniquely, physiologically unique to the whales in order to operate this technology. Humans, in order to operate this technology they use. And so like they're trying to stop them from hunting the whales to extinction. Like what year is this, dude? We're talking about whales hunting still,
bro.
Well,
the entire series is basically about humans trying to take over indigenous people. It's all it's about.
Right. Well, and the crazy part about this is the big part of the Avatar universe is their cloning technology. They're able to make clones and avatars. That's what they're called, avatars, right? Well, they can clone people and sentient beings, but they can't clone the whales they need. Like, I'm a little confused, guys. Like, the second you have clones in your universe, but then you say this animal, we need this to operate our technology, just like we need the unobtainium to operate our technology. It's the same story, but the same plot holes exist. You have the technology you need to clone that genetic material. Why do you need to hunt it? Because you know why? Because if you don't, there's no movie. That's why.
And am I correct? Avatar was putting like their tails. They put in other creatures' junk and stuff like that.
That's how they mate.
Is that Yeah. So I don't know. It was all. I was like, I always remember walking out from that thinking, "Hey, that's bizarre."
I also don't like the way the avatars look. They look weird. They look like it's like very uncanny to me.
Well, you have to recognize that the Avatar, it's like a very difficult process making these movies, and like the real story here isn't the story. The story is how James Cameron has basically invented a new way to make movies that nobody ever fucking thought of. And this is really all about what kind of a fucking genius James Cameron is. And James Cameron wants you to know that that's what it's really all about. But let me give you guys some really good news. Okay?
Oh my God. Do you know what the budget for this movie was? $400 million.
Opening weekend, they're already going to break even.
They're at it cost $400 million to make this film.
Bro, opening weekend internationally, they break even. Now, I'm going to give you some good news though.
Well, but don't they have to make like double their money though to break even?
Well, opening weekend, they're going to break even. So, break even with their budget. Right. Okay, so because we don't really know what the budget is, right? Again,
right.
But check this out. Okay, so opening night for Avatar: Fire and Ash domestically in the United States, $36.5 million. Okay, Fantastic Four opening day, $57 million. Okay, ooh. Minecraft opening day, $58 million.
What?
Wicked for Good opening day, $68 million. Superman opening day, $56 million. So all of those movies had better opening days than Avatar, Fire and Ash in the United States.
Right, domestically.
So domestically, this movie should fall incredibly short on the list, which I don't want it to make another $1 billion. It looks like it's going to because of the international numbers.
The international is sky high, huh?
Do you call it a win? I don't know. Like when you go back and look at what was the second movie called?
Way of the Water, I think.
Avatar.
Way of Water, wasn't
right?
it? Yeah.
No, was it Way of Water?
I'm guessing.
Yeah, Way of Water.
Oh, look at that. I guessed right.
Of water. And if you look at box office, right? So Way of Water makes $2.3 billion, but it only made $600 million in America. So when you go to look at like Box Office Mojo for 2022 and you look at the international, you know, they kill it, right? But when you look at 2025, wow, okay, here we go. When you look at the whole yearly numbers, all of a sudden you realize, okay, hold on a second. This movie actually, even though its total gross is $2 billion, in reality it finishes, fourth of the movies that came out in America.
Is that why he's talking exit strategies potentially then?
I think so, because I think he's saying, okay, well, hold up. Maybe I'm not, if it's not going to make a shit ton of money and I'm not going to be a genius and nobody's going to talk good about it, because he's understanding in this article that I sent Brian, it talks about essentially the fact that he's kind of recognizing that nobody's giving credit. In fact, he started to hear these comments where it's like, man, you know, AI is just making everything so easy to do. You know, and this Avatar, how easy it is it with AI to make these things? And that's pissing him off to hear that.
Yeah.
Because he's not using AI. You know, he revolutionized, you know, a way to make movies in order to make these movies. And now he feels like he's not getting the credit for it. So he says we could end it after this movie. There's only one question that is left unanswered, I guess, in the whole series. And that's apparently, I don't want to do any spoilers here. It's not for this movie, but apparently something to do with Sigourney Weaver's character giving birth without, you know, the Immaculate Conception, apparently.
Oh my God.
Is the only unanswered question. So he feels like he could move on and not do a 4 and a 5. What do you guys think he should move on? I'd like to see James Cameron do something more genius.
Look at James Cameron is not a young man.
He's been touting another Terminator recently.
So, but he's not young. He's not a young man, right?
Right.
Like, so are we going to waste the rest of this legendary creative's life on these stupid, retarded Avatar movies? I'm so tired.
He's 71, which means he's the same age as our father, by the way. Interesting. So, what's interesting is he's 71. If we have 2 more Avatar movies, then we're talking at least 4 more years. So he's going to be 75 or 76 before he even moves on.
Yeah, I'm so tired.
Which means this is the end. So maybe Jim is thinking, oh, maybe I don't want my legacy to be the end of this. Maybe I need something. Terminator would be a great way to finish shit off, right? With a real good Terminator movie.
A good Terminator movie.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten that in a while. Yeah, I'm so over this Avatar crap. I don't know who's going to watch it. I'm confused. It's like you ever see those things like, well, that must be a bot account because look at all the views they have with no engagement, and you're like, it feels like live action botting because I don't know anyone that cares about these. Like, I don't know a single person that cares about Avatar at all. I don't even know channels that need movies to do well for them to do well that care about Avatar, yet they're making billions of dollars, and I don't get it. It looks like live action botting. That's what it looks like to me. And I'm not saying it is. Obviously, it can't be, but it looks. Maybe it's families that like normies that aren't connected at all to pop culture that just see an Avatar movie at the theaters and goes, "Oh, kids will like that." Maybe. I don't.
But how long are these films? How long's this film? approximately?
Oh, this film is as long as Titanic, so it's over 3 hours.
Get out of here with
So
this.
families
it.
of young
Stop
kids,
it.
families of young kids that you're
You're not going to go watch it, dude.
No.
Okay, so look, if Superman finished at
half-hour movie, dude.
if Superman finished at 354 million, and Wicked for Good finished at 300 million gross, I don't think this movie is going to be. It's going to be somewhere just around probably How to Train Your Dragon at like 250 million, 260 million. That's all this movie's going to make, which is less than half of what his second movie made in the United States.
But the weebs, they're going to drive it over $1 billion, dude.
Well, no, but okay,
just like they did with Zootopia 2.
But it doesn't make them that much money. The international box office is not where the money's made.
Yeah. So you're right. So the international box office is actually 25. It's the value of international ticket sales are 25% of the value of domestic sales. That's a fact.
So basically, it's what I'm. Yes, it will be like, boom, this movie had this many views. Yes, it will have that. But the people in the back rooms are gonna go, we're losing our mojo with this Avatar shit, man.
Yeah, it's funny because like it's the same as YouTube. Like if we got, let's say, we got 2 million views on our Star Trek Voyager documentary, you'd be like, oh, that's great. 1.5 million of that was from India. You'd be like, oh, well, you lost money then.
Yeah,
right. Because it's like the value. And I'm not saying anything bad about the people, but the value of the views from that country are 100th of the value of the views in the United States.
Yeah,
100.
here's what Jim should do. Listen, buddy, wrap this one up. And then go ahead and hire somebody to do your last 2 movies as books and have some kick-ass audiobooks, bro.
Yep.
You know, or get or on the side, something you don't have to be involved with. Go ahead and let somebody animate that shit for you.
For Disney TV series.
Right. Do a little series, let that go, and you move on to ending the Terminator story in a way only you can end the Terminator story.
Or a
You know what I mean?
RoboCop versus Terminator story. Yeah,
What
do
is it?
that
What?
one. RoboCop versus Terminator.
Oh,
do that one.
shit. That would be something, wouldn't it?
Oh, I remember the game. Oh,
Yeah.
so good. So good. I need it happening.
So someone
do
said
it,
international is normally 45%. It's actually 25% in China. And it's closer to 45% in the United States. Or 55%. So you're looking at 25%. Yes, 25% box office
But
breakdown.
the amount you pay for a ticket overseas is different than the amount you pay in the United States. So you're making much less money in Bolivia.
So you make 25% of the ticket cost, and it costs less to go to the movies. So you're making a lot less.
You're making a lot less.
That's why I say it's 25% of the 25%.
It's not nothing. It's something. But I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's $25 a ticket here, and they make 55%. So. Okay, yeah, you know how boring Avatar is? I put up a poll and only 6 people answered it, and they all answered no. It's so boring that people didn't even want to expel the energy to click yes or no on the Avatar poll. That's how boring this topic is.
Listen, if you guys aren't following the chat, that's fine. But the question in there right now is incredibly important for you to answer.
Yes, and coming up next, we are going to be talking about gay robots. No. It's not even a joke. The next topic is about gay robots. An actual thing. This is an actual thing. So please, guys, answer this chat right now. Answer the poll.
I mean, I'm voting no.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were gay robots either until today.
I'm astounded by what comes up on this show, guys. I really am.
Are there? I mean, is my Roomba?
No, I have a whole story to tell you guys that you are gonna think is from a Steve Zahn comedy film, and it's gonna blow you away. But I don't want to kill it yet.
So talking about Steve Zahn, what the hell's going on here, Brian? I think I upset you over this Anaconda movie. I think you had a lot more writing on it.
Yeah, you did, you son of a bitch.
I'm so sorry. I would have pretended better.
No. I have an actual real world thing that happened recently, and a backstory to that is gonna make you laugh and question if we should survive into the next century or not.
In fact, in fact, what Shane said a few minutes ago, maybe Cameron shouldn't do a new Terminator movie because we would have gay robots in it killing us off, wouldn't we?
So yeah, so before we get to the gay robot thing, let's talk about gay Terminators. So if James Cameron was to make another Terminator film, question for real, would he acknowledge the canon that took place after Terminator 2?
No, he'd have to retcon
I
it,
wouldn't
wouldn't he?
if I was him.
I wouldn't either.
T2 onwards.
Would the studio? Does he have the weight required to let the studio let him do that?
Okay,
Okay,
finish saying it. Yes.
all right.
Yeah.
All right.
James Cameron can do whatever the fuck he wants. Look, he just did.
Yeah.
He can make 5 Avatar movies.
And you know full well if Jim Cameron turns up at a studio and basically says, "Look, I want to make a new Terminator movie," they're going, "Okay, what do you need?" They're not asking any questions. They're like, "This guy can get us a success with a movie. Let's do it." You know, I don't care if there's a twerking T800 in it. We're going for it. Green light it.
So speaking of twerking T8 and T800s, Arnold Schwarzenegger cannot come back for Terminator anymore, right?
No.
We're done.
Yeah,
He's too old. He's too old to do Terminator, right?
Well, he could do like some sort of like cameo or some sort of like he could be a part of it in some way. He's not so old that he couldn't be in it.
They did that with they did that with a Bale one, didn't they? You know, with the bad CG, with the him coming out of the just being created.
So
they could
dark,
do something
what's
like
it called?
that.
Dark something. So they did.
Dark Fate was the last one.
Yeah, and
wasn't it?
then they bring him back and they explain that like Terminator's age. So that was they retconned it.
Exoskeleton.
Right. So they retconned it so that he actually went back on time after the events of Terminator 2 and killed John Connor anyways, I'm sorry, that is so disrespectful that you made a movie that retconned the greatest Terminator movie in the franchise. I'm sorry, it's disrespectful. But then when you see him again, that's the same robot that was stuck in the past, and he's like living as like a hermit, and that's the Terminator they get help from, the same guy, right? And he's aged, and they say, because his exoskeleton. I don't know. It just seems unbelievable to me.
Well, with time travel, you can do whatever the fuck you want. That's the cool thing.
Yeah, but how do robots age? I don't understand that.
I think the trouble I've got with the Terminator.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the trouble I've had with the Terminator franchise is even the new films that have come after it, the effects don't look anywhere near as good as T2. When you see that T1000, it still looks phenomenal.
It does.
Whereas what they did in Dark Fate with the Terminator that can create a second version of himself and all that, it just doesn't look right. It just doesn't look good. And again, that was menacing, that T1000, because he was a skinny,
you're right.
character.
Let me tell you something. One day,
evil.
One day, we're gonna make a documentary for the Terminator franchise, and one thing I can't wait to talk about is the amount of real world practical effects and work that went into creating the T1000. An incredible, like a level of precision, like manual precision and clever angles that allowed him to like move through the bars. It's not something that anyone would even consider trying today. It's a lost art.
Phenomenal.
What's the Terminator movie that has not been made yet? There's one Terminator movie that has not been made.
The Bridge.
It's the Terminator movie in the future.
No, they made
they made the Christian Bale one.
Yeah, Terminator Salvation.
That was terrible. That was the one directed by McG, who did Charlie's Angels.
You know what they need to do? They need to make a bridge. We need to see the movie that takes place between the future and the past. Not the one where they're constantly staving off the dystopian nightmare.
The Terminator 3, which was an awful movie. At the end,
it was awful, except for that.
Launched.
It was awful, except for that one scene where the girl Terminator looks at the billboard and sees the big breast and goes, "Oh, this this is good for my, and she increases the size of her breast.
Yeah. I'm not going to disagree with you there, mate. I mean, literally, I watched that and I thought, yep, I would die happy.
Yeah,
I really would.
It's good film. It's good film. It's an Oscar-winning movie. No, yeah. So yeah, they're right. The missiles did go off at the end of that movie, so there is already a bridge. So I don't know, man.
But you know, this is the whole argument again, because you know, when I watched T2, that first scene where you see the T-800 stamp on the skull and all the lasers are flying, and you've got the hunter killers and all of that going on with the resistance, that's phenomenal. And again, that always put in my head and still does to this day. That's what I wanted from a future movie, where that's the struggle, that's the battle going off, and trying to get them back in time, or get Kyle Reese back.
Oh, like a Rogue One, like a Rogue One movie, where it's almost like a prequel, but it takes place in the future of the timeline.
Yeah, because remember, they've got to get Kyle Reese back. What I hated was we got flipping Genesis, you know, and that was going back there, and it's
Genesis.
Genesis.
You know, that's the name of the movie. It's not
They
Genesis.
just need to retcon. Of all the movies, that's the one they got to retcon, dude. They just gotta kill that movie somehow, because what they do with John Connors is just destructive to my mind.
No, Dark Fate is even worse than that movie. I think.
They're
both really bad. Yeah,
I watched 3.
Yeah, they make John Connor the villain, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they did. I watched 3 back a while ago, and I have to say, it's hard work. It really is. I mean, the guy playing John Connor is just awful in that film. He really is. And again, if Cameron came back to it, I think you're right. He has to do it after 2. And he has to, but then he keeps talking about it's harder for him to come up with a good story now, because he thinks where we are with AI and tech, you know, that's a problem.
Okay, wait. Idea. AI and tech. How about this? They did fight off the future where the Terminator had to come back in time, right? Which, by the way, don't even get me started on time travel. If you stop that future, then essentially that robot shouldn't even exist. But don't even get me going. So did they create a branch timeline? That future still exists in another timeline? Or because it's not like Arnie disappeared all of a sudden, right? I'm a little confused on this.
They did. Yeah, I mean, it had to be a branch timeline, because you're right, he still exists. I mean, again, this is nonsense Doctor Who always gets in, and the excuse they always give is timey-wimey.
Right? You know, a little bit of timey-wimey. Yeah. All right, whatever. Yeah. But I'm going to ignore that. Let's just say,
is there a way for James Cameron to go from 2, do another movie, and just wrap all that shit up?
Well, let's say they prevent that dystopian future.
Yeah.
Right. But in preventing it, they prevent the physical manifestation of the Terminator series. But that pushes, what's the name of the company that creates it?
You mean Skynet?
Skynet. That pushes Skynet into a more profitable venture. Cyberdyne Industries. Thank you. That pushes Cyberdyne into a more profitable venture in AI. Right. And they produce the Skynet AI service. And that benevolently produces a future where people are being controlled by AI without them knowing it. Mix a little bit of Westworld Season 3 in with Terminator.
I think the trouble I've got, though, when you go that...
It's tough, but you can do it.
When you go that route,
it's
not a route. Sorry, route. I'm British. When you go that direction, I say direction. Basically,
I shouldn't have corrected you, because you can say either way.
Yeah.
I have a weird pet peeve about that stupid word. I hate the fact that word means 2 things, and it shouldn't. Route should be route, and root should be the freaking root in the ground. There should not be
English.
There should not be 2 versions of that word. It's stupid. The English did it to me. Sorry, go ahead.
I will stand by my roots. I will demand I stand by my root forever. But Terminators, you want the physical Terminators, the T-800s, that sort of you know, you want to see that.
Yeah,
And
you
the
wanna
trouble is,
see that,
This is
right.
the trouble. This is the trouble they got into with Terminator 3, guys, where they did that. It was Skynet was a virus on the internet that spread, and then you had those clunky machine gun robots, you know, that were sort of early Terminators in the military facility at the end of it. It just, I want a good badass future where, you know, like when I had on the Mega Drive or the Genesis, you had the T2 game, but you had to start the game, you had to fight through the wasteland, shooting all the T800s coming at you. I want to see that, but we never got
So
that.
what if we just make this simple? What if the third movie Jim Cameron makes is not expanding the lore in a way that we think is impossible?
Yeah.
What if it's just a second or a third attempt by literally make it a third attempt for the future dystopian robots, AI, a third attempt for them to keep that future intact?
Well, I tell you, well,
Why don't we
that's
just keep
not a
doing
bad
that?
idea.
Let's just do that for the next 50 years. Let's just
Well,
make
no.
attempt after attempt after attempt and keep upping the stakes.
You know what would be better? To do a Back to the Future 2 on this shit.
Ooh, wait a minute. I think I know what you're
You know
going to
what I'm
say.
saying?
Yeah.
So the third movie is about them trying to retcon the first two movies by going back through that timeline without being seen, right? Like Michael J. Fox does.
Oh yeah.
But so you're interacting with Arnold and with, you know, the T2, I can't remember his name. You're interacting with those characters through James Cameron can blow people's minds with his inventiveness by having those characters at that age,
right?
While he's weaving
trying
a
to
story around
reverse
it, and then
reverse their decisions.
And then at the end of the movie, it never occurs.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, good idea.
Right?
I mean,
what if the third movie actually ends in on a bad way? Like they're successful, essentially.
Yeah.
Which eliminates every movie ever made from there on out.
What you mean, Skynet succeeds?
Well, no. Skynet succeeds in eliminating all the decisions they made behind the scenes, and that gives us a fourth movie to wrap it up.
Well,
I don't think James
they
has time for a fourth.
They did say in 3, it's 2 or 3. What is it? He says
Like Infinity War and Endgame. Sorry. go
Yeah,
ahead.
the T800 does say in 2 and 3 does say Judgment Day is inevitable because of human nature. You know, inevitable.
Well, but that's a weird thing. So human nature makes it so that no matter what, Judgment Day is going to happen. But like,
so maybe the story is
but
that
when?
human nature can be changed. Maybe that's
maybe it can be changed by a benevolent AI overlord.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right, let's get off of Terminator. Let's talk about something. Let's talk about gay robots real quick.
56% said no.
Okay, so this is very important. So 56% of you have never heard of gay robots. And you know what I find weird is you should have. Streamer sued for assaulting a gay robot. And this is not.
This guy's everywhere.
This is not fake. This is not a fake art. This is not a fake article. This is from futurism.com. Okay, let me explain. Earlier this year, cowboy hat toting bipedal robot dubbed Jake the Rizbot burst onto the scene, baffling residents in Austin, Texas with his flashy cowboy hat, chain necklace, and strong preference for Gen Alpha slang. So, let me explain. So, Jake the Rizbot is this robot that got viral. And essentially, it's one of those little G1 robots. And it speaks in like Gen Z, like, no cat, my dog. No, don't fly on me. I'm going to riz you up, whatever. And it sort of like bothers people. And that's the viral trick is
it's a complete waste of fucking time. Yeah, it should bother people.
Basically, they catch people's reaction to these stupid Gen Alpha slang robot accosting them in a park or in a grocery store, right? Well, about 4 weeks or weeks later, the 4-foot-tall Unitree G1 robot moved to California. And like all weirdos that moved to California, it instantly came out as gay. So on the streets of West Hollywood, the robot looks like this now.
Sorry, What is it doing? Is it turning tricks on the sidewalk? Is that what it's doing?
It's rainbowed out. It says "Not Elon's bitch," and it came out as a gay robot, and it kept doing the same stick where it just sort of bothers people, and now it's a gay robot. Okay. Now this is where it gets really fun. Okay. So this streamer, his name is
I Show Speed.
Thank you.
I have children.
What's that?
I have children.
Okay. So the robot made the mistake of bothering iShow. And here's what they say. The robot's developer, Social Robotics, has now filed a lawsuit against Watkins Jr., iShow. Okay. iShow Speed is Watkins Jr. For a whopping $1 million in monetary relief. According to the complainant, Watkins became angry and agitated and eventually intentionally assaulted the robot. Footage, and I'm going to show it to you, circulating online, shows the streamer getting into a verbal altercation with the robot before sucker punching it and putting it into a chokehold, saying, "You think I'm playing, bro?" Okay.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
So this is the important part, okay? Oh, that's too bad. Oh, they removed the video. Oh no. Oh no.
Let's reenact it for you.
I'm gonna find the video. But what happened was, here we go. I think this is it.
And the company behind a viral
Okay, here we go. Hopefully they show it here and they don't waste my time.
robot in Austin is suing one of the world's most popular streamers. Jenna King spoke with the attorney of this bizarre new lawsuit.
Hey, I'm Jake. Would you like a compliment or an insult?
If you've spent any time in Austin lately, you've probably seen it. The viral human-like robot Rizbot is turning heads and racking up millions of views.
Fast forward
with
over here. Here he is.
Joe Rogan, this is your town, buddy.
Here we go.
Known online as
Here we go.
iShow Speed.
The robot's bothering him.
Rizbot was doing his thing.
iShow gets mad.
And rizzing, telling jokes and everything.
I want to see him get in that
and
chokehold.
Speed,
Here we go.
became a little agitated.
The entire incident live streamed, racking up more than 780,000 views. The video shows Rizbot teasing Speed, and Speed punching the robot less than 2 minutes into the stream.
It kind of resulted in him putting, Rizbot in a headlock, a couple of punches to the face, causing some damage. Threw Rizbot on one of
Chips out over that thing.
I was a bit worried what he was going to do to him.
It looked like it was about to get sexual.
Yeah, I thought he was about to sexually assault the robot. So what's really funny about this is
no, this is rape. Don't.
Suddenly face changes to a sad face.
No, yeah, it said no. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
Okay, give it to me.
No, wait.
Find a happy place.
So what's really funny about this is the amount of leftists online that are so incredibly daft, calling this and I'm not joking, hate crime.
It's not a real person.
Because the robot is gay.
I'm pretty sure that he beat up the robot for being annoying, not for being gay.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. I think he beat up the robot so that people would subscribe to his stream. I don't think he was actually agitated.
He wasn't really mad at the robot.
Like, listen, guys.
Well,
you guys do know that you can't choke out a robot, right?
Yeah.
So when he was doing all those movements, he was just getting the stream going. A, B, you can't like a robot can't be gay. So that it's not a hate crime. All of this is so stupid. So stupid.
Probably part of the marketing too, bro.
Yeah, that's possible.
How did it supposedly become gay? Did it literally cross the border and instantly there was a firmware update and it basically then went, "I'm gay now"? You know what?
Right. Yeah. So that's the problem. So when it moved to California, West Hollywood to be precise, the second it got here and connected to our Wi-Fi, it just became instantly a flaming homosexual, because that's how it works in West Hollywood. If you go to West Hollywood, you run the risk of just becoming a flaming homosexual immediately.
The firmware.
Yeah, it's the firmware update.
Not a choice, bro.
It's gay malware. It just installs itself onto your processor, and you just become
bro.
yeah. I just thought this was so funny. When I saw this headline, streamer sued for assaulting gay robot, I immediately smiled. I was like, this is peak 2025 nonsense. It's so us. This is so humanity, dude. We take these technological achievements like producing a bipedal robot that can walk and power itself on its own power. It's not connected to a table, a tether. You know, and maybe it's being controlled by someone, but it has autonomy to the point where it can walk around and interact with people. We've gotten that far. Incredible achievement. And the first thing we do with it is we make it gay and we have a streamer assaulted on camera. Jesus. What do you want? What do you want? Do we deserve it? Do we deserve? I think we deserve for Terminator to happen.
Yeah, well, we've given Jim Cameron an idea now because he's going to write it that this assault on this robot caused Skynet to be created due to a rage of a sexual abuse on a gay robot. And that's what happened. That's how they rise up. That's coming. That's Terminator 3 now. But all the things that you keep bringing up on these shows, I never thought that I'd be talking about a gay robot.
Right.
You know,
leave it to humans; they can do anything.
Sorry, I have no control over these topics. I have to report the news, bro. I'm a journalist, and a journalist
I will say the whole robot thing is very until you've had an experience with one. So I was driving into LA a few weeks ago, and I pull up to a stoplight, and all of a sudden I notice like this movement to my right, and there's this giant box on wheels, like hauling ass down the sidewalk towards my car. And I have a moment to like, oh my God, this thing's going to hit my vehicle. What the hell is this, right? It stops just before getting to my vehicle. And I look over and I realize, oh shit, it's like a robot, right? Maybe one of those like pizza delivery robots or something like that.
Oh, people hate those things too.
Dude, it literally, as soon as I went, I watched it, then it kept on going. I mean, like, it's kind of freaky how these things work, and like being like seeing it work and having it interact with you in a way is really freaky.
Yeah, we're in the between. Right now we are in the between space. We are experiencing as adults the between space between what was our reality and what is the future, like Star Wars, droids. And we're in that between space where we're seeing this technology actually used commercially, and we're like a little bit shocked.
Robophobia.
You know, what's wild is like I took my kids to one of those Korean barbecue joints, you know, where like they bring the food out and you like grill it yourself, which by the way, what a racket. Like I'm paying for food, but yet you just bring out the raw ingredients and I have to cook it. What the F, dude? And I'm paying a premium. I don't understand why Zoomers like this, but like you guys know there's restaurants that will make it for you, right? Like, I don't understand.
Barbecue in the backyard if you want to cook your own food.
It's crazy to me that I have to make all my own food, but whatever. Well, when we were at this place, they had this robot. One of the servers is a literal, like a robot. And of course, they make it look, you know, human, you know, not human, but like a cute animatronic thing. And like it wheels down and it stops in front of our table and it's like, hello, here is your food. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, God damn it. And it like its trays pop out and you're supposed to take your food. And when you do it, I get some sensor tricks when it knows that the weight of the food is gone. And it goes, thank you, enjoy your dinner. And it moves away. My kids were like, yes, I love this thing. And its eyes are wide. It looks like anime. It's like, they love it. And I'm just like, we're at the point now where I come to a restaurant, I pay 4 times the cost for the food. And not only am I making it myself, but I can't even get a human to bring me the raw ingredients. This is where we're at, dude. So we are in the between space. We're in the between space where this is becoming a commercial thing. And it's not going to get, it's going to continue. Where every single Uber driver is just replaced with one of those stupid boxes.
Hey, honestly, dude, I mean, like I went through the drive-thru at Popeyes a couple weeks ago and I got the automated voice thing that you order with, and it just couldn't get my order right, you know, the way I wanted it. So finally the dude comes on inside. He's like, what's the problem? And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm getting like attitude right off the bat because I couldn't talk to the robot. Right. And he's like, that's the order it took. And I'm like, no, it didn't. It ordered me 2 of them. And it's like, hey, it was right. And so I end up with a fight over this guy over whether or not the robot was right.
Oh my
and it's
God.
like, you're right. I feel like a guy on a horse in the early 1900s and a car almost hits me. I mean, that's what it feels like. Whoa, what the hell is that? You're right. The in-between space.
Yeah, we're in the in-between space. Yeah, by the way, I went to a Wendy's once. By the way, they've removed this feature. But Wendy's used to, when AI was like first happening, they were one of the first fast food joints to introduce the AI ordering system. And I remember seeing like a Facebook reel where the guy ordered more than what the screen can count.
Mm-hmm.
And what it does is the timer just flips it around, like almost like an odometer, and it flips it around back to 0, whatever. And what it does is you still get the minimum food order. Like say like it can only count 999, but you asked for 1,002. So the odometer spins over to 1,002, but because it's now gone past its ability to count, the amount you're paying is 0, but the quantity is still 2.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So when I first experienced that, I saw it real, went to a Wendy's and I was like, I'm not going to do this AI shit. Like, I like AI, but like, I need to pay. I need to talk to a person. And and I'm like,
sorry.
And I'm asking, all I want is extra cheese, and I can't get this thing to cooperate with me.
Right. That's the problem.
I'm like, can I get extra cheese, please? And it's like, please repeat. And I'm like,
cheese only. Yes.
It's confusing me. It's like grilled cheese. I'm like, no. I'm like, finally, I was like, I remember what that guy did. I'm like, I'm gonna mess with him. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Can I also have 1,013 small Sprites? And the thing paused, and it was like calculating, had like the little buffer thing for like a good solid like 3 minutes, and then someone came on. Sir, can I take your order? And I'm like, hi, how are you? I see you fixed this, huh? Can I get a cheeseburger with extra cheese, please, and a small Coke? Thanks. That's it. That's all I wanted. It's not that hard. Go ahead, John. What were you saying?
I was just saying, similar thing in the UK. It's I was on an online site last week, and the loop with the AI chat system when I was trying to get to speak to a human, and it kept going, and it going, okay, so what seems to be the problem? You type in this, I need to speak to a human person, and yet it kept looping back, and it goes, oh, you want so and so. Have I fixed your problem? No, put me through to a human.
Right.
Okay, I'm not quite sure I understand that. Have you tried doing this? No, put me through to a human. And by the end of it, I'm like, that's it.
I'm getting stressed out just listening to you explain it.
Time to strap on the bullet.
You guys know what the key to this is? When you get to an automated system that will not let you get past it to a human, just say gobbledygook. Like, what happens is the robot can't understand you, and it's the default to that is to put you through to a person that might be able to make out what you're trying to say.
I would do that.
So from John Burns for $2, I was so hoping for a reenactment Shane and John when we were going to reenact I Show Speed's thing here. So
yeah.
Thank you, John.
Was John going to play the gay robot?
Well, yeah, I was gonna,
Who's the gay robot?
Why,
I just want to know.
What, I was going to say, why are you suddenly automatically opting me in for the gay robot role? This is a Brit thing, isn't it? It's just pure hate, quite frankly, guys.
All right. So Michael Tron said, why last show? Because we're at the end of the year. So it's the last show for the year.
Joke's on you.
I gotcha, bro.
Whatever, man.
Okay, so
can't get rid of us. They're like cockroaches.
I'm glad you, Spider-Man, put this out because he says, well, you guys see the actor playing Brainiac. Yeah, this is actually very interesting. So Brainiac is the villain that we suggested. By the way, we predicted this. Do you remember this? Do you remember this,
John?
Take
credit. Yeah.
We predicted that Brainiac was 100% going to be the big bad for the DCU. Yeah. And I remember being like, no, there's no evidence of that. And I'm like, Yeah, there is. It's all pointing to Brainiac. Well, according to this, it looks like Brainiac has been cast. Lars Ettinger to play supervillain in The Man of Tomorrow, which is the third movie. There he is. I gotta say, that looks like Brainiac.
Hold on. Which movie?
Man of Tomorrow. It's the movie. It's the Superman 2.
Which has started casting already?
Yeah, they started casting. They've already written it, dude.
Really? I thought he was. Oh, damn, he's working hard. He works fast.
I mean, I think he probably has to, just in case. You know, who knows what's gonna happen.
Interesting. Okay, so what's this guy been in? Let's find out here. This is interesting.
He's not playing Brainiac like that, though, is he?
No, of course, no. No, but you know, he has that very like robotic Brainiac like face.
You can see you can see the wires coming out of his head already, you know, and that's great. And again, you know, with this whole DCU thing, I know people aren't fans of it, but I want to see it conclude.
Oh, he's a British, right? I feel like Brainiac needs to have a British accent. It's very important.
He will be. It will upset Brian because he'll say "root" during the film. Brian will throw his drink on the floor and walk out.
God damn it!
Is it a problem that this guy has never been in anything I've ever seen?
Yeah, so I was looking at that too.
But he's been acting for a long time.
He's been acting for a very, very long time. Looks like he's done a lot of stuff that's like not in the United States, essentially.
They want that Brit accent though for the
he's German,
part, don't they? He's not German, is he? Not
he's German.
He's got, but Brainiac has to have the British accent. He has to.
Yeah,
it doesn't work without it.
He's got to have that Royal Shakespeare Company.
Yeah, he's got to have that
accent. You know,
where it feels like it's like that's the robot's version of what he thinks is the most proper.
He's played
English.
Hamlet and Richard III.
What's the correct one?
He played. He obviously has the accent because he's played a lot of Shakespeare.
Okay,
so that's good news. But
seems rad to me,
man. I can't tell you. I can't see. There's nothing here that even looks remotely interesting that he's done. He's known for Clouds of Sils Marla, Personal Shopper, Persian Lessons, and Home for the Weekend. Yeah, his latest work is Sigloiben in Ingel Droak.
Yeah, Laura tells he's got a good resume internationally. Yeah, it's that way. Look, not every actor has to be someone we know. I know people were like fan casting like Bryan Cranston or something. That'd be bad.
No. Okay. They don't have to be someone we know, but they better be fucking good.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
And listen, can you be good and we've never heard of you? I'm not so sure.
I never heard of David Cornsweet, and he killed it as Superman.
David Cornsweet's a brand new actor.
Right.
You know what?
He did great, though.
This guy's been acting for 2 decades.
You know they're adapting Superman Unbound for this movie, though, don't you? You know, got Supergirl in it, got Superman in it, Brainiac.
Yeah.
I can see them doing Superman Unbound.
Oh, makes sense.
Know? And that'll be amazing if they do that.
That's true. But if they get this wrong, guys, it's going to fuck up everything.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know,
Brainiac has to be on point. The villain has to be just as good, if not better, than the hero.
I'm gonna go see if I can find one of these movies that he made and watch it to see. But
well, look already how they're already building it up because as we were talking last week, the Supergirl trailer. You see Kandor there. You see what's happening to Kandor because of Brainiac. You know that's teased in that movie. So they're going to build it up like MCU Thanos level event, aren't they? You know it's
and he's going to be 50 when this movie comes out. Is Brainiac 50?
Is he 50?
Right.
Is he?
Well,
the actor's going to be 50.
Yeah, I think Brainiac is a lot older than that. Canonically,
they're older than 50. Really? Okay.
Yeah, well, canonically, I think he's like hundreds of years old. So
I mean, I'm talking about. Is he an alien?
Oh yeah, he's like.
Yeah,
he's like a giant. He's like a robot. He's like a humanoid robot, dude.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So like they look like
Alexis samples.
Yeah, the makeup and CGI that's gonna be on this guy to make him look like Brainiac is not gonna. His age is not gonna take away from that. His face is what's most important, and his face, like just that that circle.
The green,
most
the
important.
green
No,
color.
no, I'm talking about for his looks though. Not he's got like the eyes and the almost robotic looking face. Like he sort of has that.
Yeah. I
And Lord does right. Brainiac's age depends on the version because there is a young version of Brainiac in the super further future, right? Brainiac,
Yeah, that's right.
14 or whatever the hell it is. I always forget.
Who's an ally? Who's an ally?
Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah.
I really hope that they didn't. This is what makes me nervous. Okay, I hope they didn't look at the numbers and go, God, we just didn't do very good internationally. Why don't we go grab an international actor to play Brainiac so our numbers are better?
Oh, yeah.
Like that's not the way to make decisions.
No, it's not.
Like you got to make every decision you make has to be who's the best actor to play this role to make us believe Brainiac is here.
Right.
I think they want that
making
Brit voice
decisions based on with their international numbers, which sucked for Superman. Then that's sus.
Okay, let's move on from this because we're running out of time. We're going to go into the member section soon. Let's talk about disclosure.
Yes. How much time do we have before we go?
We got 7 minutes.
Let's watch the trailer then.
Yep. Here we go. I'm sure this is not going to be a copyright claim, right?
Sure it will.
Yeah.
We'll fight it.
We've already gotten a few of those. All right, here we go. Disclosure Day. Mute here.
Reminds me of Next
I
Generation.
got to pause it because that is terrifying.
Yeah. That reminds me. Remember that Next Generation episode where they're going to sleep and they think they wake up instantly. They think and they're like, "What's going on?" And it turns out the Riker and co are being abducted by aliens. Do you remember that?
Yes.
They do the same clicking sound, which is always terrifying.
Terrifying.
So, yeah,
it's very terrifying.
Legitimately terrifying. Bro. Gray hybrids. We've been talking about this for years with the conspiracy theories about grays hybridizing with humans, right? What if this is low key? I'm sorry to use that phrase, but low key a Close Encounters sequel.
No, because the Close Encounters was of hope. This one is terrifying.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think that Steven Spielberg would destroy his legacy by doing that.
Except for this is the malevolent version of those aliens.
He wouldn't destroy his legacy, which the most important thing about Close Encounters is the hope. He would not.
Or can I say, they're two different alien species in it because she has got the animals coming to her house that looks almost friendly, and then you've got the chattering sound and something else going on. So are there two separate alien species?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The deers just solemnly looking into my window would freak me the fuck out. I'd be like, I'm out. No, I'm out. I'm not doing this. I'm shooting all these things and I'm out of here, dude. I'm down. This is dumb. That was terrifying. Is that she's talking about God, right?
Yeah.
So I've always said that to other Christians. I go, well, how can you be a believer in Christ and believe in aliens? I'm like, how can you not?
Well, isn't there something
mathematically? Why would God create this entire universe full of suns and planets and all that for there not to be something else out there?
He never said we were the only ones.
He never said that.
Yeah. No.
All right, let's finish this.
Save it only for us.
The clicking sound. It's like I feel it in my soul, dude. You know,
that's bedtime nightmares. Says.
Here's a good comment by Marks 47. Someone in the production was asked if this was a sequel to Close Encounters, and they sort of got uncomfortable and said something like, "You're trying to make me say something I can't." Well, number one, they can't make you say anything. But if it is, and they're playing this off as being scary, and it ends up being hopeful, I'll buy that.
All right, so we are going to go to the members section in about 2.5 minutes, where we're going to continue talking about Disclosure Day and a bunch of other stuff. And plus, John's going to get naked and racist and all that stuff that we've talked about before.
Pluribus. We're going to talk some pluribus.
And some pluribus. So please join us. We're going in there in about 2.5 minutes. And if you want to become a member, it's pretty simple. Hit the join button bottom left, and we'll spend the rest of our time there. If not, that's cool. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next week. There's one thing I did want to say. And, I want to inspire you guys a little bit, okay?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to be inspired.
I just want to inspire you enough. I want to tell you, it's been a rough year, right? Maybe you've had a bad year. I've had a bad year. Good. That means that you've learned something. You've learned what to do better next year. Loss, frustration is a brutal teacher, but it's an honest teacher. If you've had a rough year, then do me a favor and have a better year next year. Remember that every day you wake up is a chance to do it better, to be better. Remember who you are. Remember that the blood of heaven runs through your veins and that your ancestors made a series of decisions to get you here. So tomorrow, if you wake up and be better than the day before. Shane,
well said, Brian.
We're leaving.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm just going to add on to that. Brian said good that you had a bad year. I'm going to say I'm sorry you had a bad year. And I agree with everything Brian just said.
Guys, it just makes your victory next year sweeter.
Yes. And I will say this. You choose every day that you wake up what your attitude is going to be for that day. And if you're having a bad time, you can always embrace that. But you can also embrace the idea that today is going to be a better day. And that's up to you. So go forth and have a great 2026.
Guys, go to subscribe to John's channel. Links in the description. Tomorrow we are going to be doing no, not tomorrow. Tomorrow we're not here.
No, you're due, aren't you? Yeah,
so,
tomorrow.
but go subscribe to his channel. He needs 10 more subs to get to 500. And the following Sunday we'll be back to watch Stargate SG-1 and Supernatural. So please go to his channel. Links in the description. John, you have 10 seconds to say something.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great Christmas. And for me, it's been a great year because I didn't expect to be hanging out with these guys, and it's been fun ever since I first did it. Thank you.
Merry Christmas, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Love you guys.